Hello, good evening, and welcome to Thingamajigs Racing channel. We are going to give it a go. We're giving the live stream a go again. We'll see if we can get through it without the internet cutting out. But, ladies and gentlemen, you are joining us with this experimental live stream with the Gentleman's Road Racing Club. The Old Road Warriors are coming back again for their qualifying of rounds 10, 11 and 12. So prepare yourselves. This is going to be a long stream, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back, chillax, do what you need to do to become zen, because we are going in hot, ladies and gentlemen, with the itinerary of a qualifying 3-lap race from either the championship results or the last race results reversed. Then we will be moving on to 3 rounds after that, rounds 10, 11 and 12. 12 being a little bit longer than rounds 11 and 10. We are at Watkins Glen. If you didn't already know, you might not be looking at the screen. Who knows? Hey? And we are using the Group 4 cars, which they have thoroughly tested, experimented, and taken through the grinder to add, I believe, a power restrictor to make them balanced. And they're carrying a little bit of boost to help with those overtakes, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a fantastic season up to now, and I expect no less from such a great track of Watkins Glen. It can really kick up some interesting racing. Right, the championship table then, as it stands, is Matteo at the top of the pile on 139 points. We've got Norfolk and Talent on 131 points. We have Max on the sticks on 120 points. We have Nifty on 115 points. That is a tight top 4. We have Gaz on 98 points with Kevlar on 78 points. We have Mikey on 75 points, 40 on 67 points. Oban is on 64 points with Chili D on 63 points. Daldry, is on 62 points. Yes, do you want me to read them out to you again? 64, 63, 62 points sitting there in the middle of the table. Top Taffy's on 43 points with Willie Wynn on 40 points. G-Man's on 37 points. Greavesy's on 29 points. Fiberman's on 25 points. And Apricot Charlie is on 15 points. Let me take a sip. That was a struggle. It's a lofty table, ladies and gentlemen, to try and get through. Hey, Vodka Rob in the chat saying, hey, you're back. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it cuts out. And Vodka Rob saying, how the devil are you, sir? I'm good, my friend. I am good. And Vodka Rob saying, great to see you back live again. It is good to be live. I don't like doing the video editing. It takes so long. All last weekend, it was literally doing this to myself and recording it on the PS5 and then going into the Share Factory and having to edit. It makes it so much longer. So and I like it nice and easy. I like to just one and done, hit it and leave. Yeah, brother, streaming is so much easier for me. Streaming it live, I mean. But we'll see, because my internet was being a little wacky and I get so frustrated. A Gen Xer like myself, an older fella of 48, I'm nearly 49 over this period, this holiday season. So for me, tech should be easily fixed by blowing on it, hitting it, or unplugging it and plugging it back in again. And when things don't go right, I feel a rage, like my old Walkman just chewed up my favourite Nirvana tape. So, yes, hopefully the internet will work and we will stay calm throughout. But yes, I feel a rage build inside me when things like the internet cut out that I haven't felt since I was 12. And have just lost, I say Nirvana, let's face it was Take That and Party. Or Bros. Drop the boy. Yeah, Bros, man. Get your Bros on. Right then. We're getting ready for a qualifying race, ladies and gentlemen. 3 laps around Watkins Glen. And I know you want to know. You want to know Who is where on the grid? What to expect? And Vodka Rob with the bros and a laughy face. Hey, man, I had a flat top and watches on my shoes. Watches. Actual wrist watchers on our shoes. Explain that. Explain that. Why? That was cool. Like Chris Cross wearing their jeans backwards. Where? Where did this come from? These are only crazy things that could happen in the 80s, where anything goes. And coolness is just, no one knew what coolness was in the 80s, I think. After the comb-backed hair and the wacky new romantics, it was like everyone was lost. Where are the cars gone? I was expecting a grid. I've gone the wrong way. I've got sidetracked. Watchers on shoes, people. I kid you not. Vodka Rob saying I had a flat top as well. It was the hair to have. Right. Here we go. So, here's the grid. Come on. Let's concentrate. See, one thing it is about doing the streaming without, I don't seem to get half as distracted. And I don't blame you, Vodka Rob. I just seem to get a little bit sidetracked. I can zero in a little bit more when I'm just recording. But I do seem to get sidetracked when I'm live streaming. I don't know why. I've just got some weird, random thoughts pop in and I say them. Fiberman is on the pole position. Greavesy starts second in the Renault. In third place. Oh, hello. It's the Reaper, ladies and gentlemen. It's G-Man. Starting in third. In fourth, we have the Daldry, or as I like to call him, the Dry. In fifth place then, no, that was fifth. No, that is fourth. Fifth place is Chili D. He's in the Mazda. Sixth is the V-dub of 4D. Hey, 4D getting closer to that fourth place. And then in seventh, we have Mikey. He was my driver of the day last round, the last 3 rounds. The Monza, I believe it was. Seventh is Mikey. And then in eighth, we have Kevslar in a Renault. And then in ninth, we have the Gaz. In 10th, we have Nifty. In 11th, oh, that's wrong. That's wrong, because that's Nifty. That's Gaz. Well, who have I missed? I'm starting again. Sod it, we're starting again. Do you know what? When I was not streaming live, I could quit that and then start all over again. And now, you get it, warts and all. Right then, Fiberman. Right, Greavesy. Oh, God, that camera's a bit sicky, flying all over the place. G-Man, we've got Dry. We've got Chili D. That was all right, wasn't it? Sixth, we've got 4D. Yeah, in seventh, we've got Mikey. In eighth, we've got Kevslar, isn't it? Yeah, eighth is Kevslar. Ninth is Gaz. I honestly don't know where I've gone wrong here, because this is right now. Nifty is in 10th. 11th is Norfolk and Talent. And in 12th is Matteo. Well, I do not know what goes on there. It's like that thing, you know, that weird thing they do at the bar where you give them 2 20s and ask for sort of the change, and somehow you end up with more money than what you started with. I could never work it out. That's the grid. It's only 3 laps anyway. We've spent longer on the grid than the race will actually take. 4 laps. They've upped it to 4 laps. It must be a bit of a short lap. Remember then, let's just get on. They've got boost. It's fun. And oh dear, Fiberman having a bit of a roll there, but it's let him go. No, it does look like it slowed him down as the Dry then takes over the lead of this race. G-Man up and into second. Greavesy's going for second place on the G-Man, and Greavesy now up and into second with G-Man in third. Chili D is up into third. G-Man dropping hard in the as Fiberman, who had a jump start there, just looked like he didn't have his foot on the brake. Just rolled slightly. It wasn't even like he was intending to start. It was just a bit of a roll in the box. But Fiberman is back up and running in the V-dub and all over the rear derriere of the Greavesy. side by side with Gaz, Fiberman, and Fiberman gets the better of the Gaz, and Gaz now has to get defending from the 40, who's going for the outside line. Around the outside does 40 go, and 40 is hitting it like it's a fat chick. Yes, baby. 40 then up ahead of the Gaz, and they've caught up Fiberman down the straight in the slipstream, and 40 now is in fourth, and everything is right in the world as it should be. 40 in fourth with Fiberman in fifth. The Gaz is in sixth. Kevlar holding on to seventh at the moment, but oh man, G-Man's dropped down into eighth with Norfolk and Talent coming through as well. And I'm starting to wonder if there's something wrong with G-Man's accelerator. It's not giving him the oomph that he needs, and Mikey goes through as well up and into ninth. Nifty in 11th with Matteo in 12th in the high and dry. The dry also in a high and dry. He's sitting aloft at the top for that pole position. Chili D chasing him through on the dry, making a small mistake there, and but still not slowing him down in any way as they hit the bus stop, the chicane, and it's a scary one. How to take, what to take, and into that corner, where to brake, how much speed to take through. And 40 at the moment doing a fantastic job against the Greavesy, and Greavesy under threat from the Gaz. The Gaz closing in at 130 odd miles an hour, goes past Greavesy as he flicks up the purples, but everyone will be on this second lap. And Gaz then coming up to creep up on that top three. Greavesy in fifth. We've got Norfolk and Talent making great progress at the moment through the pack and up and into sixth place to put him into a great starting position for round 10. Mikey is in seventh. Fiberman is in eighth. We've got Kevlar. Kevlar going for a late break on Fiberman. He's up the inside, and it's Kevlar up and into eighth place, but he's really wide, very wide. Uber wide from Kevlar, and he's not picked up. I don't know, these guys do have the penalties on, I'm sure, but Kevlar not looking to be penalised for that, and I'm sure he would have been. Matteo there in ninth with Fiberman losing out there. Down into 10th with Matteo also getting a position there, and Kevlar. No, it was up at his Greavesy and Mikey that we saw racing there. Mikey having a struggle through the bus stop as Norfolk and Talent up to fifth now and heading on towards the Gaz, who's in 440 up to third. Chili D is in second. So who dropped? Was it Mikey? It was Mikey. Poor Mikey had a little drop from Grace. Greavesy in seventh. Kevlar is in eighth. Matteo making his way through the crowd today. Fiberman under pressure from G-Man, and the Nifty unable to get any further than last place at the moment. But don't count him out. He's in that top four battle, and it is a tight battle indeed. Nifty then trying to find some traction against the G-Man and Fiberman. We go into the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Daldry leads the way with Chili D in second, 40 in third with the Gaz hot on his heels. Norfolk and Talent coming through the whole pack virtually up to fifth, but Mikey setting chase in the Mazda. It's Mazda on Volkswagen action here as Mikey grabs a lovely toe down the straight, and they get a good feel for what the cars are going to feel like in the actual race coming up very shortly after this qualifying. Greavesy is going to be starting in seventh if he can keep the Kevlar and Matteo at bay. Matteo though always looming, always a danger. Then we've got Fiberman in 10th, seems safe from G-Man, and Nifty unable to get anywhere. He's using the NOS, he's hitting that NOS baby, and still not closing in on G-Man. So Nifty stuck where he is for now, and there we go. Dry puts it on pole position, ladies and gentlemen. 40 grabs himself second place. Gaz in third. Chili D drops to fourth with Norfolk in fifth. Mikey in sixth. We got Matteo just ahead of Greavesy, seventh and eighth. Kevlar in ninth. Fiberman 10th. Nifty in 11th, and G-Man will be starting in 12th place. Well done to Dry. He did that again, didn't he, last round? The last qualifying that I'm sure I covered is where it was. Go on, Chili D, my fellow Stokey, says Vodka Rob. So Unfortunately, slipped a little, but still good starting position for Chili D. Had good pace, so I'm hopeful for him. Right then, I won't keep going down the grid. I noticed I did that after qualifying. Went down the grid and then started the other replay and went down the grid again. So it's all one part of one stream. So we'll just try and slip straight into race 1. Look at all these replays. It's all right. No, I've finished work now. So we are going to be, we should be able to squeeze a few streams in, do some catching up. And really, where else are you going to go? Because it's all finished now, isn't it? All the racing seasons, real racing, I mean, in live action racing. So if you need a racing fix, I am your guy. I've got what you need. I've got what you need. You just come see me, okay? You come and see me. You ask for Thingy. I've got what you want. So, Dry starting on pole. 40 starts in second place. And if we remember back, ladies and gentlemen, when Dry put it on pole last time and he was leading easily, he did drop it. He dropped it and lost the win. So, 40... He's got to be in the mental state of just sitting up behind Dry and following him through and hoping the Dry pushes it too far. Then we've got the Gaz starting in third place. Chili D starts from fourth with Norfolk and Talent in fifth. Mikey in sixth. Then we've got Matteo starting in seventh. Greasy starts in eighth. The Kevlar starts ninth. Fiberman starts in 10th. And then Nifty in 11th. Nifty not getting very far in the qualifying race there. Is he going to struggle in that Mazda today? And G-Man starting in 12th, but the BMW does come off the line like it has some sort of dash to the toilet on a tandoori night, if you get what I am saying. And in the chat... the Throb saying unlucky Chili D in the end. Yeah, but he didn't want that front row. He likes to attack from behind, is what I have heard in the past. Right then. Last little sip of that, and then let's go racing. Are you ready? Are you set? Then let's go. The lights are on. And it's time. And it looked like 40 got the move there before Dry, but Dry on the Hyundai has gone flying. Gaz looking very, very handy coming into the first corner between himself and 40. He does get his nose ahead of the 40 whilst Chili D goes out wide. And Norfolk and Talent looks to relieve Chili D of the fourth place that he has found himself in. And Norfolk and Talent then does gain the position. But watch out, beware, stranger danger. Matteo, the ace of the Rimmers, is coming through. Sixth place at the moment, but he's on the attack of Chili D as the Dry gets the job done all in the first lap as he hopes to. Matteo then all over the back of Chili D's Heine. And Chili D, though, standing strong. Nifty, great start from Nifty there, up and into 7th, ahead of the Greavesy. Kevlar in 9th. We got G-Man as well, great start, up into 10th. Mikey losing out in the beginning of this race, 11th, and Fiberman also missing out somewhat. But the Dry is trying to get this job done. Lap 1, Gaz under threat from the 40 there. 40 wants that second place back, and we saw he had the pace in the qualifying session to get that place back. Norfolk and Talent in 4th as well, looming very large in 40's mirrors. Chili D in 5th, finding himself in the targets, in the crosshairs of Matteo, but Matteo gets his braking a little bit wrong. I think he got caught out by Chili D's braking there. I don't know if there was contact. Chili D went a little wide. Chili D maintains position. Nifty now up and into 6th. Greavesy in 7th. Fiberman up into 8th. Matteo slipping all the way down into, 8th place. He's side by side with Fiberman. Beautiful stuff here between the High and Dry and the V-Dub drivers. And going 2 by 2 towards the bus stop is very scary. And then we've got Mikey coming in very late on the brakes. He wants to get through the chicane a lot quicker than the guys ahead. Fiberman at the moment holding holds on to that 8th position as Matteo climbs all over the boot of the V-Dub. And Mikey as well in his Mazda is wanting to influence himself in this race. G-Man in 11th as Kevlar slips to the back in the Renault. The Dry still leads with Gaz chasing him down. Norfolk and Talent now up into 3rd as Fordy slips further back and into 4th place, but he does like a 4th. Chili D just slammed the wall, and that's given Nifty the opportunity to come by, and that's Nifty up into 5th. Now don't forget the Nifty and Matteo, Max on the Sticks and Norfolk and Talent are all in that very tight battle at the top of the table. So big points here for Norfolk and Nifty, whilst no Max on the Sticks whatsoever. And we've got Matteo further down, Ace trying to find his way through the traffic, and he's got Mikey right in front of him. He's going to use the boost. No, he's opting not for the boost. He's going for a bit of slip and then a late break into the chicane, and that's Matteo then, and the story of how he got 8th place away from Mikey. Fiberman in and thereabouts as Kevlar as well makes his way through the crowd as G-Man slips to the rear derriere of the pack. It's his turn. Dry leads from the Gaz. Gaz very close though, very close. Can he catch the Dry here? Dry 15.4, but we'll see what else he can produce. It's 12 laps here at Watkins Glen. Is it in New York? I'm not sure where the track is. A 15.1 though for the Dry that time around. The Gaz 15.0, slightly faster, very slightly faster, putting the Dry under a lot of pressure. Norfolk and Talent faster as well, just up the chuff of the Gaz. 40 in 4th, being caught by the fastest man on the track at the moment. It is our boy Nifty. Nifty giving it some big ones, big wellies on the Nifty at the moment. Chili D in 6th with Matteo coming through in 7th. We've got Greavesy under fire from Mikey. Mikey is racy as hell in that Mazda and giving it all of the beans as Greavesy felt there in 9th place. Fiberman in 10th. Fiberman making a good show of it. He struggled last time out, and here we're seeing him do some absolutely banging racing, I would say. Kevlar in 10th. No, Kevlar's going through against the Fiberman, but Fiberman tucks in behind as we see a bit of brake smoke there, and they both late break it into the corner, and Fiberman climbing all over the back of Kevlar as he finds himself in 11th, and G-Man is there and thereabouts. Dry still leads, but Norfolk and Talent now moves himself up into 2nd place ahead of the Gaz, and now Norfolk and Talent very much a problem for the High and Dry driver. Yeah, it is New York, yes, I thought it was. See, look, I know things sometimes. Norfolk and Talent then all up and about his business. The Dry just trying to keep that High and Dry nice and tight onto the apexes to make Norfolk and Talent's life that much more difficult, making him go the long way around, as we like to say. So Norfolk and Talent then coming out the corner a little bit faster than the Dry. The Dry trying to defend the position. He's just got enough to hold him off there as they take that corner as fast as they dare and try and avoid the wall as they come around the final corner onto the start away. And now Norfolk and Talent looks like he's got a good drive out of that, but no, the Dry getting a little boost, maybe using a bit of boost. Maybe the Dry used a bit of boost there because it looked beautiful from Norfolk and Talent's point of view. And now Norfolk and Talent finding himself not quite alongside, but he's trying now. Now he's pulled himself up alongside of the Dry, and Norfolk and Talent puts his nose just slightly ahead as they try and negotiate for space through the wiggly part up the hill as they keep their foot well and truly planted on the accelerator now, all the way towards the chicane, side by side, and it's the Norfolk and Talent who has an amazing set of testicular-sized balls. And the dry then, earlier on the brakes, didn't want to get too involved, but Norfolk looked like he struggled coming out of the chicane, and the dry drew a little closer. But Gaz is the threat at the moment. The Renault looking very tidy in the background. The Gaz one to watch here in the top three, closing in on the dry, and the Renault looking very, very stable at this point in the race and looking like an actual threat to the dry. 40 in fourth, being slowly closed in on by Nifty in the Mazda. Matteo in sixth, he's the fastest man on the track we've ever seen. And then we've got Chili D in seventh. We've got Mikey in eighth. Mikey feeling very racy and trying to close in on Chili D's action at the moment. Chili D is 16.4 last time around, but he's got a fair whack of boost to defend that seventh place with. Mikey has burnt through a half a can of the boost so far, and he pulled a 15.8 out of the draw though, so that's a lot quicker, over half a second quicker last time around than Chili D. Kevlar is in ninth place, 15.7 from Kevlar. He's being chased by Greavesy. He may have just got past Greavesy. Greavesy did a bit of a duff lap last time around. Fiberman as well closing in on the Greavesy as G-Man negotiates with the Burtmer. Going to go through the final corner. G-Man not used any of his boost yet, saving it. As you see, the understeer is real for G-Man there, struggling for grip whatsoever, and he'll get there. Norfolk Talent has taken, we saw him take the lead, and now he is pulling away in that lead. He's taken the ball and he is running with it. To put a football, American football reference in it. Dry is getting closed in on by the Gaz. The Gaz fancies a piece of that high and dry just ahead of him. 40 holding fourth very tidily against the Nifty, and Nifty has been doing some very proper laps of late. So 40, I imagine that's quite tight. We might go back and have a look actually, because Gaz just not quite close enough here to make an attack, but then 40 has still got a nice bit of space on Nifty. Nifty unable to close in, and this is the frustrations of a pro sim driver, a racer, ladies and gentlemen. Look at it, he can see all the way up to second ahead of him, and there is just nothing he can do. He's just got to plant that car and try and throw it into the corners and hope that they make a mistake. But they are as skilled as our boy Nifty is, and it's going to be hard work, but they're so there, aren't they? They're just there, frustrating. Eight laps done, or we're just starting, no, now we're starting lap 9, yeah, 8 laps done, onto the lap 9 now of 12, and Matteo silently but surely closing in on the battle between Nifty and 40. Gaz excuse me, a little bit closer to the dry now, and now Dry does look like he might be in trouble from the Renault driver, as Gaz closing in very sharply, getting a lovely toe down here, and we know the Dry likes to brake a little earlier for the bus stop, and through nice and tidy, and he did pull away from the Gaz a little bit there, so the Dry getting some balls on. Oh god, that must be Amazon. .40 in fourth place with the Nifty in fifth. Then we've got Matteo in sixth. We've got Mikey in seventh. So he did get Chili D. Chili in eighth, Kevlar in ninth, closing in on them two. 15.6 from Kevlar last time around, and he can see Chili D and Mikey both in the 16s ahead of him, and Kevlar suiting up and getting ready to get his race on. Fiberman in 10th, doing a fine job at the moment. Fiberman keeping Greavesy at bay, and Greavesy in trouble now from G-Man. G-Man closing in, side-by-side action here from the BMW driver, and he is up and into 11th. Can he lay break it into the first corner? And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, he does. He does indeed, and demotes Greasy to the rear derriere of the pack. Norfolk and Talent leads ahead of the Dry, who is doing all he can to keep the Gaz behind, and the Gaz is going faster and faster each and every lap. 40 in fourth, and Matteo now up into fifth. He's caught the Nifty. He has caught the Nifty and has done the dirty and taken fifth place away from the Nifty. That is a big, big move in the championship, ladies and gentlemen. Huge. Matteo, championship leader. These guys need to catch him. Get the points on him. A bit wide through there is Matteo. He is absolutely wrangling the High and Dry at the moment. And did he scrape the wall? But I think so did the Nifty. So neither of them gained or lost through there. And 40, this is great for 40. Look at 40 closing in on the Gaz. And the Gaz on the Dry. A huge battle here for the podium in round 10, ladies and gentlemen. The oldie road warriors are giving it all the beans. Norfolk and Talent has absolutely dipped. He's bounced. He's said goodbye. He's kissed his children and his wife, and he's waved off. He goes. And the Dry, though, is defending, ladies and gentlemen, defending like a lion. And he's got the Gaz all up and about his business. And if the Gaz does not get the business done pretty quickly, they've got one more lap after this. But 40 is coming in with some noise. So Gaz needs to get past the Dry if he has a speed advantage. And he does get his nose up ahead of the Dry now. And Gaz, there he has. The hard work has paid off. And now he is up and into second place. But the Dry has been left with a new problem. Oh, and the Dry, I think, did tap the wall there, and that gives 40 a good run on him down the start straight. And it's 40 now up and into third as they go on to the final lap. And the Dry is down in fourth place. He's got one more lap to try and readdress the podium situation that is going on here. He's having a sniff and a whiff at the thin, clean air up the inside of the 40. And the 40 trying to close that door. And it was a little too late there, but they're still side by side as 40 and the Dry go at it. And the Dry just with his nose ahead. 40 giving it all of what he's got. He slipped in behind for the slipstream. Going to try and late break it into the bus stop. But no, the Dry holds on and keeps that third place against 40. Norfolk and Talent just cruising now. Cruising towards the win. Gaz is in second. The Dry fighting for that podium position with fourth place 40. And 40 really wants to get up a position here. He wants that podium. Matteo in fifth. Could he catch him? Not at this rate, I don't believe. Right then, Norfolk and Talent's coming up through the final corner. And it's a great race for Norfolk and Talent and puts him one step closer to Matteo in the championship table. Well done, Norfolk and Talent. Gaz grabs himself a great second place. And it looks like the Dry is going to keep his podium ahead of fourth place 40. Matteo in fifth. And then Nifty in sixth. We've got Mikey in seventh, managing to keep Chili D at bay, and Mikey grabs seventh spot there in the Mazda ahead of Chili D and the Kevlar in ninth. We got Fiberman in 10th, and G-Man stayed ahead of the Greasy there and got one of his fastest laps near the end of the race there and grabbed 11th, and Greasy just missing out, unfortunately, and finishing in 12th place. So Norfolk and Talent, what a drive. And the Gaz starts in finished in second. I mean, the next race they all start where they finish, so Norfolk and Talent will be on pole for the next round. Gaz will be in second. The Dry starts in third. 40 grabbed fourth. Matteo in fifth. Nifty finishing in sixth. That's not bad. He started from pretty much the rear derriere of that. But Matteo finished ahead of him, which will irk him. Mikey, again, a good representation in the race from 7th. Chili D in 8th and Kevlar in 9th. These three all holding ground against each other, having themselves a superb race. Fiberman in 10th with G-Man in 11th and the Greasy finishing in 12th. And he still had some boost left there. Jesus, G-Man didn't even use any boost. Use your boost, bro. And everyone else pretty much expunged their boost. Right then, that was round 10. Let us go on to round 11. Let's not dilly-dally, my friends. Right then, where are we? Round 11. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let me hear you say, who are you? Hello. Right. I want to get off this page quickly. I think it's Nifty in the chat, and I do not want to miss a hello from our boy Nifty. And we can have a quick, we know where they're starting because we just watched the race before. But, you know, you might pause this and go off and live your life and then come back and forget. So, Nifty saying, afternoon thingy, afternoon chat. Hope everyone is well. We are good, bro. We are good. We're missing the racing, so we're just replacing what's happening out in the real world because we're taking a break for the Christmas period. And I'm trying to fill that gap with you guys. So Norfolk Talent starts on pole position with the Gaz in second. We've got Daldry starting in third with 40 in fourth. Matteo starts fifth. A danger, that Hyundai gets off the line rather briefly. He's quick. And so Matteo will be looking to jump some places from there. Nifty in sixth place with Mikey in seventh. We've got Chili D starting eighth. Kevlar starts ninth. Fiberman in 10th. Drewman starts in 11th with the Greasy starting in 12th. Fantastical. It's great. Quick view at the chat and then we will get ourselves off. Vodka saying hello to Nifty. 4D saying hello, everyone. Sadly at work, can't watch it live. It's all right, man. Nifty saying this track hates me so as much as Nürburgring Sprint does. Real Big Trouble, dude. How is it going? Hey up thingy, Vodka Rob and Nifty. Real Big Trouble saying great to have some Saturday racing entertainment. I know, it's like Grandstand. I wish I was just as good as those old days. Or Kickstart, whatever it used to be called as well, Saturday, with the scramblers going over all of the things. All of the... you know, they used to bounce up the... Yeah, I'm not going... I think I've done Kickstart before, talked about it before. I still have, like, fond memories of watching kids on scramblers trying to bunny hop them upstairs and things like that. Right, that's the hot brew done. Did we do the grid? I think we did the grid. I can't remember. I'm nearly 49. Northern Talent starts. Gaz in second. Dry in third. 44th. Matteo starts fifth. Yeah, I did this. I remember. Nifty sixth. Chimaki Selly. Chili D. Kevlar. Vibeman. G-Man. Greavesy. Okay, we've done all that. I'm getting carried away. Getting lost in my own little place. And here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, for round 11. And it's a great start from the High and Dry and the Gaz, the Renault, coming up and representing up against the V-Dub of Norfolk and Talent. But Dry absolutely pelted off the line, as did the Matteo. And Matteo there looking at a lovely, huge chasm of space between the Renault and the V-Dub, but just cannot slot his High and Dry in there. G-Man, fifth place. Great start from the G-Man. My word, was he not near the back? Great stuff from G-Man. Up and into fifth. Nifty in sixth. We got 40 in seventh. Mikey in eighth. 40 seemed to lose out there as well. Mikey in eighth. Fiberman in ninth. Greasy having a great start there. Up to 10th with Kevzar and Chili D. Oh dear, Chili D's been a very naughty boy. He is certainly not the Messiah. And the High and Dry then leading this race by Daldry, and Norfolk and Talent setting chase. And Norfolk and Talent says, yeah, easy peasy. Did this in the first race, do this again in this second race. Gaz in third, he knows what to do as well, but the threat is real with Matteo behind. And oh, it sounded like a hit there from the Gaz on the wall, giving Matteo that third place. And Gaz just asking a little too much from the Renault through the final corner there. And we all know how that fought wall feels. And look at this, with Nifty under attack from 40 trying to slip it up the inside of Nifty, and Nifty then having to go a little wide there to keep position, but he doesn't. 40 goes ahead. Now, I don't know if Nifty lifted there because he feels like he went further than track limits. Mikey in eighth, always a threat, always a danger. And after 40's poor start, he really is starting to land it. Nifty in 7th at the moment, all up and in the rear area of the Ford Meister. Giving it some big bees. No, Nifty's out wide. Nifty's out wide. Oh my word, that's given Mikey an opportunity to get through. And we are in disaster mode at the moment, in on board with the Nifty. Can he keep the Fiberman behind him? Greavesy in the chat saying how do's. And Nifty saying, does that make you the Frank Buff of sim racing? Oh gosh. And Real Big Trouble saying, hey up Greavesy, and laughing at Nifty. So Nifty then closing right in on the Mikey. And Fiberman is there, you know. He is a danger to Nifty, but Nifty's gone for the move up the inside of Mikey, and Fiberman's opted to just follow him through. Beautiful stuff. And Mikey was like, what the jeebs? Two of you. I thought I saw Nifty, but I didn't see the little rocket of Fiberman there, giving it his Fiberman representing here at Watkins Glen. We found a track that Fiberman is into. Mikey 9th, Kevlar in 10th, Greasy is in 11th with Trilly D in 12th after that huge penalty. Norfolk and Talent has got the dry, I apologise, and now Matteo is starting to work on the sister Hyundai. And Nifty saying awful driving from me. No, that was beautiful. What are you saying? It's passionate driving. I like it. I like driving with passion. That's what I call my offs. That was me either looking for the edge, finding the edge, or passionately driving over the edge. So the dry at the moment is fending off Matteo's advances for now. But baby, it's cold outside and this drink tastes funny. So the dry might lose out as he does. Matteo goes for the move. Baby, it's cold outside. And the dry then down and into 3rd as the gas closes in. G-Man in 440 is in 6th. Nifty is in 7th. Kevlar is in 8th. Fiberman in 9th. Mikey is looking very present in Fiberman's rear view mirrors. Mikey going for a move as they go for the break-in into the chicane, but Fiberman holds on tight and it's racing on the edge, ladies and gentlemen, from Fiberman and Mikey, 9th and 10th, and they are absolutely driving on the raggedy edge to try and maintain position from each other. Greavesy in 11th place, being chased down by Chili D, and Chili D has got a spark, a can-do attitude, and is trying to close back in on the pack. Watch out, Greavesy. Chili D is on their way. Norfolk and Talent leads the way as Matteo now up into 2nd. He's past the dry, and Gaz looking to work on the dry as well. G-Man doing an absolutely fantastic job. G-Man is the driver in round 11, ladies and gentlemen. G-Man is, you know, he was having a bit of a, he was at the back in round 10. It didn't look like he had the full pace of that BMW. Didn't even use his nitros, and it looks like he's not going to again in this. And Nifty saying, haha, okay, passionately understeering then. That's it. Just taking the car a little faster into the corner than you would like. And G-Man is closing in on the gas. So God knows what happened from last race to this race. But G-Man is going for gold, or at least bronze, if he can catch up that high and dry. So G-Man then up and into 4th place. Gaz losing a position. Unbelievable stuff. The Burtma were looking very fancy here at Watkins Glen. And 40 then in 6th, being chased by Nifty. Nifty knows this feeling. Nifty on the nose, trying to get himself a piece of that V-dub action ahead. That sweet, sweet V-dub action. Sat on board with the Niftmeister again. And you can hear the wheels screaming, the tyres screaming for mercy as Nifty wangs it around that first corner. And 40 just staying out of touch out of reach from the Niftmeister. Excuse me. Into the slipstream then for Nifty as he tries to close in up the inside, but it's not to be done. And 4D defending well. Back here we've got Kevlar and Fiberman and Mikey. Action. Mikey having to go way off the course there to try and get some action on Fiberman. Now we're trading paints between Mikey and Fiberman, and this is some very aggressive driving from the pair of them. Beautiful stuff. As long as they're happy with it, then who are we to judge? Mikey then up and into 9th place, and it certainly is. Elbows out here. We've seen Fiberman and Mikey going out of this 9th and 10th place for a while. And Fiberman then resetting, regrouping, and going back on the attack of the Mikey ahead of him. Chili D and Greavesy rocking it out in the lower order. Ooh, that was a tough lap for Chili D there, a 19.0 with Greavesy a 19.6. I think they may have caught each other on that lap as Fiberman chases down Mikey. Kevlar tries to get away from that action as he sees a bit of action up ahead of him with Nifty and 40 fighting it out between 6 and 7. Yes, we can still say those numbers without us all losing our minds. So 40 then is sitting there happily in 6th with Nifty just behind, wanting to relieve him a little bit of that position. Gaz still there chasing down G-Man, but G-Man is bringing it to the high and dry ahead of him, and it's looking like the dry at the moment struggling with grip in his Hyundai. Matteo in 2nd, chasing down the Norfolk, but no, it's not that big a gap. You know, I said Norfolk's already gone, but Norfolk has not gone. He is still there, and both. I mean, I say they're ignoring track limits. I think you've got to the other side of the curb. I mean, some of them do look like they're going quite wide through there, but most of them are all right. They're on the curb, aren't they? So Matteo hunting himself. He's gone faster and he's closing in, under braking to the bus stop, and Norfolk still holds tight at the front, and Matteo just sniffing on his exhaust fumes, it seems. The drive further back now, slipping away from that battle, and G-Man keeping the Gaz in tow, and we could still have a big battle for the podium here. But Dry seems to be okay at the moment, keeping themselves a bit of a distance away, and G-Man, his hands are probably more full with the Gaz on his hiney. 40 still ahead of the Nifty. The Nifty unable to do anything about the Fordster. And they've got similar NOS. Nifty trying to deploy a bit of that NOS now and slipstream to try and get himself up alongside the 40. He's right on the tail of 40, going defensive into the first corner, and he holds on, but Nifty's looking for a good drive out of this corner. It's the slipstream up and around here, where he can get, well, it's not around here, but just staying right underneath the spoiler of the V-dub, the Sirocco, and trying to get a toe down here. Probably slam. No, he's not slamming any NOS. 40's not slamming the NOS either, and he's going to try and have a little sniff and a whiff, but there's no sniffing and whiffing here with 40 on the point. And this is letting Kevlar and Mikey come into this fight. Beautiful stuff. 40. Is he back in Nifty? Is he back in the Nifty? Into the cars behind. Doing some tidy racing, they call it. Movement up here, the Dry, no. G-Man, Gaz, no, I thought there was movement. Norfolk and Talent. Norfolk and Talent could be in trouble, though, with Matteo right up under his spoiler. He pulls out into the fresh air, and there is no way through there. Norfolk says, you're going to have to really sling it. And the high and dry looking a little wide through that first corner. Norfolk and Talent at the moment holding the ground. He has the higher ground, Anakin. Beware. And, side by side again between Matteo and Norfolk and Talent. Matteo's just got his nose ahead as they come up to the bus stop. And it's Matteo now leading the championship, leading the race. And Matteo slinging high and dry all over the shop. Norfolk and Talent trying to close back in. The Dry still in third. G-Man in fourth. We got Gaz in fifth. 40 still ahead of the Nifty as Norfolk and Talent tries to find a way to invade Matteo. And he's going to try and late break it into this corner. It's a very brave move. And Matteo still holds on to the power stick as Norfolk and Talent just follows him through this final corner, tries to get a good drive out of here. No NOS needed here, sir. Just slipstream and a good old late break-in. Nifty saying G-Man smoking on home turf. He's doing a fantastic job in fourth place. Norfolk right under the spoiler of Matteo. Nifty also saying we had track limits off for the whole season, but too many infringements resulted in points penalties. Vodkrov saying I think track limits are further out than you would imagine they are. And Vodkrov saying at turn 1, I mean. And Nifty saying I always end up keeping it in too tight on turn 1, which means I'm really slow out of it. So Matteo still leads then. Norfolk and Talent. Ooh, it's tight as Norfolk and Talent looks like he's found an opportunity to get himself ahead of Matteo. But we're on lap 11 of 12, still another lap to go. And Matteo is a patient man. He can wait, he says. I will wait, Norfolk. They both have similar NOS to each other, and this is going to be a huge battle throughout the first lap. I'm scared to pull away, but we must look back at the rest of the pack to see how they are doing. Dry in third, seems safe from G-Man, but G-Man is closing in on the Dry. A small mistake from the Dry, and G-Man will find himself up and in a podium position, and G-Man is the man of the race, it has to be said. Pilot of the day for this performance here. Then we've got the Gaz in fifth. We've got 40 in sixth, still ahead of the Niftmeister. Kevlar in eighth, keeping Mikey at bay. 5-man slipping into 10th. Chili D in 11th, and Greavesy out there in 12th. But Norfolk and Talent did take it back. Oh, Matteo's had a huge one. Matt E.O. has had a big un. He's got a big un and he's had a big un. So Norfolk and Talent then as the lead from Matteo. We knew that, but we said Matteo was a patient man and could take this back as he closes in on Norfolk and Talent here. They come up to the bus stop. Norfolk and Talent's the fastest man on track at the moment, and I think Matteo may have been caught out by the braking. Not just he may have late braked a little too much. And then had to make avoiding action, took to the grass, and then in GT7's infinite wisdom, they reset him back to track, even though he probably was virtually back to the track. And now Matteo is screaming into the nether. And Norfolk and Talent can just cruise this one on home, and more points on the championship leader. More points lost from the championship leader. And Norfolk and Talent grabs himself an absolute fine win. Is that the second one of the day? The Dry comes home in second, but G-Man on the podium, ladies and gents. Matteo in fourth, Gaz in fifth, 40 bringing it home in sixth place ahead of the Nifty, and that'll feel like a win to himself. Seventh for Nifty, Kevlar in eighth, ahead of Mikey in ninth, 5-man not too far behind in 10th. Chili D was closing in for the attack in 11th, and Greavesy, maybe not a track that the Greavesy agrees with. And Greavesy then brings it around the final corner and finishes off an absolutely fantastic race here for round 11, I believe. So Norfolk and Talent, in the end, he had to fight for it, but Matteo made it slightly easier for him. The Dry just kept it in there and found himself up and into second place. But G-Man is the surprise of the day on home soil, as Nifty points out. has done an absolute banger of a job to get himself up there on the podium. It's like Hadjar's podium and Carlos Sainz's podium. It's just something you don't expect, but when it happens, you are gleeful and happy to see. So well done, G-Man. Matteo in fourth. Just got caught out there a little bit. I don't even think that Norfolk and Talent braked any earlier. I just think Matteo was zoned in for the move, and then he got distracted or something, but he definitely missed his braking point and had to make avoiding action and then getting reset onto the track. I imagine he's pretty lucky to feel that he's still maintained fourth after all of that. Gaz in fifth, with 40 coming home in sixth and 40 keeping Nifty at bay. That would make me feel high. So I hope 40 enjoyed that one. Nifty, frustration at Watkins Glen for Nifty at the moment. Can his third race go a little sweeter? Kevlar in eighth. Not bad for Kevlar. I think he's leading the AM championship. So Kevlar getting good points there. Mikey in ninth. Fiberman in 10th. Chili D in 11th. And Greasy coming home in 12th. He'll be starting at the front for the next race. They'll add a couple more laps on that one, just for making it spicier, if it wasn't spicy enough for you. So we're moving into round 12 then, ladies and gentlemen. Brace yourselves. It is coming to a closure. It's all right. I've got another couple of rounds. I've got one already there. You can see is Catalunya, I believe. Is it Catalunya? And I think there's another one they've done that I haven't downloaded yet. And then I think that's the end of the championship. I'm not sure though. I haven't kept very close eye on how things have gone. Jesus. I think our 15-year-old is up. Oh, you put food. Oh, right. So now he's come down to raid my cupboards. It's a good job I've hidden my Pringles. So, Greavesy starts us off. Hang on. There's chat. There is... I have to put my glasses on because I'm old. 49 soon. Told you. So, here we go then. So Nifty saying, I always end up keeping... Yeah, I've read that. 40 saying, managed to watch this at work. Great racing. See you all later. See you in a bit, 40. Nifty saying, see you later, Mike. Well done, Norfolk, again. And Real Big Trouble saying, another race with some fantastic fights up and down the field. I know. Unbelievable stuff. These oldies, these Gentlemen's Road Racing Club guys, they really do deliver. They must be butchers because they do liver. Right then, did I go? We don't need to go through do we? All right, and Greavesy starts at the front. Chili D in second. Fiberman starting in third. Mikey starts in fourth. Kevlar in fifth. We got the Nifty starting sixth. 40 starting seventh. Gaz starts in eighth. Matteo starts in ninth. But don't forget those high and dries. Don't have to get off the line nice and quick. So does the Bimmoa, and that starts in 10th. Dry starts 11th. And Norfolk and Talent, who I think has won the first two rounds here. Can he do it? That's a big ask, isn't it, from there to take the final win. Right then, it is a standing start, ladies and gentlemen. 17 laps of Watkins Glen for your viewing pleasure. Sit back, chillax, and enjoy all of the bedlam that's happening in that mid-pack. Look at them, 4, 5 wide. Brake smoke, it couldn't get any better than this, ladies and gents. Nifty's up to third. What a great start for Nifty. Mikey in fourth. Fiberman in fifth. Great start for Fiberman as well. The dry in sixth. Kevlar seventh. Matteo in eighth. The high and dries didn't make that big a leap, did they? G-Man is in ninth, with Norfolk and Talent doing a good start as well. 40 losing out a lot there, and so did the Gaz. Oh, poor 40 and Gaz in the Renault and the V-Dub. Norfolk and Talent then up and into 10th, trying to have a sniff at the bit, but G-Man will not have none of it. But G-Man does have some of it, because, oh, he's gone over the curb. He's gone over the curb and he's gone into someone, 40 maybe. Unfortunate for 40, and I don't think it was intentionally by G-Man. I think he just got caught out there, hit the curb, and then he was a passenger. And 40 felt the pressure from the were there, and Gaz still up and around their areas. Chili D, but they know it's a long race. It's a long race. What's the rush? There is no rush. We've got 17 laps around Watkins Glen, and anything, sir, anything can happen from here. Chili D leads this race ahead of the Nifty, who's got himself ahead of Greavesy. Greavesy slipping down through the slipstream, and Fiberman nearly got taken. Well, he's ended up off the road, but my word, he had to watch out there, because Greavesy was... No, it wasn't Greavesy, was it? Yeah, it must have been. Who's the one with the red on it? Yeah, the Greavesy. I think Greavesy was trying to avoid another car and give Fiberman a bit of a push off the road. And now it's Ace, everyone's come through. Sorry, Ace and Norfolk and Talent racing through the pack as Fiberman getting overtaken from both sides. Greavesy in 9th, G-Man in 10th. We got 40 in 11th and the Gaz in 12th. Chili D leading like a legend, but Nifty is very much close behind, and Mikey as well in with a good shout here. Nifty, Mikey, they're all strong racers. Anyone could take something out of this. Nifty saying, yeah, you're right, Mucker. Cataluna next, then the final at Brands. Oh, Brands. These guys at Brands, that's going to be absolutely messy. Nifty then leads the way with Chili D slipping back into second. So Nifty looking to take a win today. But Norfolk and Talent is already up to third as the dry goes very wide and into the barriers. Unbelievable. The dry looks like software issues. Something's broken. It's broken. It's broken. And yeah, dry. Not even, it looks like he's lost the controller or his wheel. There we go, into reverse. But no, I think he's paused it. I think that's the computer has taken over for the dry there. And Nifty then leads the way with Norfolk and Talent in second. Norfolk and Talent looking for a triple win here, taking all of the races, which is a big worry for Matteo, who is concurrently leading the championship. And Mikey there in fourth, Chili D in third, as the Titans of Nifty and Norfolk battle it out. But judging by the earlier two rounds here at Watkins Glen, not even the Nifty, I believe, can put up a battle for Norfolk around here. He is on fire. He is lit. He is cooking, as the kids would say. Chili D then looking for a podium, which would be quite sweet for him. He's had he's not had a bad event, but not getting those positions as Mikey tries to close in. Matteo, he wants more out of this race, and we're on lap 4 of 17 as the sun sets here in Newark, and we can go for a coffee after the race. In fact, I might have to go to Tesco's to get some more pods if I want a coffee. Fiberman in 7th, and G-Man. Remember, G-Man getting the podium from the earlier race has started getting involved in this one. Beautiful work from the Burt driver, the only Burt driver without Max on the sticks here for the fun and the frolics. Gaz in 9th with 40, chased him down in 10th. We got Greavesy in 11th from the dry. Has he got it going again? It looks like he's fixed whatever ailed him, but he's lost a hell of a lot of time. Doesn't look like he's going to get much out of this race, but he can go for laps, can't he? Fastest laps, I mean. Which concurrently Norfolk and Talent, who's got himself past the Nifty. I apologise, I missed it. I didn't think it would happen that quickly, Nifty. Seriously. Have a word. No, I'm joking. I foresaw it. I didn't think it would be anything. We didn't need to see it. And so Norfolk and Talent leads the way, and he's the fastest man on track as Nifty sets chase. And Chili D has got a train of cars behind him with Mikey, Matteo and Kevlar all lining up. And Chili D then has to make his car as wide as he possibly can. Matteo's already having a sniff at the fresh air, and Matteo late breaks it into the chicane, and it's Matteo up and into third place as Chili D fights it out with the Mikey, and Fiberman also introducing himself into the chat, as is G-Man. Up in seventh, side by side with the Kevlar, and G-Man then is duking it out with the whole pack. He's taking on everyone today, is G-Man, and he's winning. 40 in 8th, Kevlar in 9th. For Kevlar trying to go full on with the 40, and he's having to slam the brakes, which gives him an opening to, hang on a minute, what's going on? G-Man's lost a position there to 40. And G-Man though, back into that 7th spot down the straight against 40. He's still not using his boost. Is the G-Man doesn't believe in it. He's a greenie. He's an ecologist. Doesn't like to produce those bad things in the air, so won't use his boost. Imagine if he could. Imagine if he would. 5-man then in 6th. We got Mikey in 5th, Chili D in 4th, Matteo up to 3rd now, hunting himself down a Nifty, and Nifty just trying to fluke some points out of here. He's already said in the chat that this is not his choice track, so Nifty trying to keep it together and get some good points as he is being hunted by the championship leader and Norfolk and Talon. Absolute what work from Norfolk and Talon. Looking to take all 3 racers here. Started from the back, and already lap 6 is leading the way. Nifty saying, I just couldn't make this car go quickly around this track. Wait for Catalunya, I'm even worse. Oh gosh. And Nifty saying, I think Norfolk needs to provide blood and urine samples. He was clearly on speed. Yes. He's on some sort of enhancement drugs, performance enhancing drugs like Red Bull and Pro Plus. So Norfolk and Talent leads with Nifty on chase. Matteo in 3rd place with Chili D under threat from Mikey. Mikey represented himself the last couple of rounds rather nicely, isn't he? Turning into a tidy little pro sim racer is our boy Mikey, and he has definitely swapped positions in the pack from driving. Oh, what's all this stuff flying in the air? Boing. Well, someone up ahead hit something. Nice, I like that. Who was it? Who's the culprit? Who's knocking brake? That looked like an actual corner barrier. Norfolk Talent leads then with Nifty in 2nd, Matteo in 3rd. Chili D is in 4th place with Mikey in 5th. Mikey very close to Chili D now. And Mikey not using a lot of NOS so far in this race. We are very wide for Chili D there, who also again hasn't used a lot of NOS. They're saving that NOS for later in the race. Fiberman doing a fantastic job at the moment in 6th place, and he's being chased by 40, who has used quite a bit of can of his NOS at the moment. G-Man in 8th place with Kevlar in 9th. Gaz is in 10th. Gaz having an absolutely banging race. The first round here at Watkins Glen hasn't featured much in the last 2 races. So Gaz trying to get a foothold in this race. The Dry has found Greavesy along the way, but the Dry having big issues on lap 3 there. And now, like we said, he's going for the laps, going for big laps, fastest laps. Norfolk and Talent though, who is concurrently the holder of the fastest lap of the race, goes across the line, and that wasn't his fastest lap, but he's got time to kill as Matteo then goes in for the kill on Nifty. And like Nifty said, just wasn't feeling the car around here, and Matteo trying. It's damage control for Matteo, it seems. Viagra, says Nifty. The enhancement drugs that Norfolk's on. He's on the little blue pills, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies, if you would like to make an orderly queue, Norfolk and Talent will see to you pretty soon. Matteo then in second place with Nifty slipping down into third place. But I think they're good. I think they're good there, although, I don't know, still 8 laps to go in this race. Anything could happen. And at the moment, Mikey is slamming it in 4th place with Fiberman in 5th. And Fordy has made his way up to 6th now, ahead of Chili D and Kevlar, who are now 7th and 8th. We got the Gaz in 9th, still ready to feature. And it looks like G-Man has had an issue. He's dropped back somewhat. 7 seconds on this lap he has lost with the Dry, who we saw having earlier issues. Looked like something like he'd lost all inputs from his either wheel or controller. And the Dry then down in 11th with Greavesy in 12th. And Norfolk and Talent slipping away. Can Matteo break him down? I will break you. To stop him from winning the 3 races in this round, this event. Nifty though, wowzers. Nifty giving Matteo no peace whatsoever. And Matteo unable to really get into closing down the gap between himself and Norfolk and Talent, as he has a Nifty on his back side. And I think he needs to get it surgically removed. That's not going to come off easily. So Nifty then being a menace to Matteo, trying to live rent-free in Matteo's mind right now, and take Matteo's concentration away from what he should be closing in on, which is Norfolk and Talent. Nifty then getting a great tow. Doesn't fancy the late break. It is a tough corner to try and late break in, because you can carry so much speed in there already. But he's on the nose. Coming up the hill is Nifty. He's on the bag, as he tries to find something on Matteo here. Lap 11 of 17. Tyres are good. Half a tank of Noz still there. It's in the can. And Matteo, though, getting through the bus stop a lot tidier. More planted is the Hyundai through the bus stop. And Matteo's Noz tank looking quite healthy. Norfolk and Talent going for fastest lap again. He really does want to put this one to bed. He wants to break down his opponents. I will break you. As Matteo in second, Nifty in third. Mikey pulling away from the Kevlar, and Fiberman in sixth. We're having a beautiful little battle here in the mid-pack. I think 40 is the one that slipped back. I thought he was higher than that. But 40 in eighth, giving Chili D a lot to think about. This is tidy down here, ladies and gentlemen. Mikey there in fourth. We've got the Kevlar in fifth. Fiberman in sixth. Chili D going for a late bake on Fiberman. It's not to be done though. It's not there. Fiberman says that is not on, sir. That position is not up for negotiation. Sixth place is Fiberman's and not yours. So Chili D having to find a different way to get by, as 40 in the Gaz go side by side. And the Gaz then moving up another position, as Chili D still tries to find a way past Fiberman. Kevlar and Mikey get to pull away from the danger zone and pull themselves out of that to in and fro in, as Mikey just tries to concentrate on the road ahead. Fourth place would be an absolute banging result for him, and he just has to stay ahead of Kevlar as Chili D goes for the move on Fiberman, and still yet to do it. He's pulled out of it, and it's given it Chili is given Gaz an opportunity to take the fight to Chili D, and that is the problem when you want to commit and then pull out. It leaves a huge gap for someone else to slip it in. And so Gaz then having a look up the inside of Chili D. Chili D out very wide through the first corner, and Gaz is very much interested in that 7th spot. Fiberman, meanwhile, in 6th, getting out of dodge, getting out of trouble. But they're coming back at him now. Chili D and the Gaz both closing in on Fiberman. And Chili D must have known he's still got quite a bit of nos, and he's having a sniff and a whiff up the inside of Fiberman. But Fiberman getting through the bus stop beautifully and closes off any advances that Chili D may be thinking about. Kevlar looks to be closing in on Mikey now. Mikey could be in trouble here. We've got the Nifty slipping back from Matteo. Matteo's the fastest man on track. He's taking it into the 13s. Oh, so had Norfolk and Talent. So let's not get too excited. But Norfolk and Talent then finding his lead, slowly eking away from him. Norfolk and Talent, can he take the 3 wins? We're on lap 14 of 17. The sun is setting here in New York. As Nifty there in 3rd. We got Mikey in 4th. He was being caught by the Kevlar, but it looks like he's pulled an absolute stunner. Last lap out of a round in his fastest lap so far. And Kevlar then only a 10th slower though. Seems to have lost a bit in this lap. Oh, Fiberman, Chili D having to come together. And oh no, Chili D has pulled right over to avoid everything, and Gaz is the winner of that little battle as he moves up and into 6th place and on the hunt for Kevlar, who's made a mistake. Kevlar's made a mistake as well, and that's put where are we? Gaz up into 5th place. Fiberman also reclaims that 6th place as 40 tries to go up the inside of Fiberman. And does it. 40 in 6th, chasing Gaz down in 5th. What a shame for Chili D and Fiberman. Looked like they had a bit of a coming together, a racing incident, nothing serious. And I think Chili D tried to redress and ended up putting it into the barrier, it would seem, and that has given the Gaz and 40 the opportunity to get through. And Mikey now in 4th place with 2 and a bit laps to go. Well, they've only just started lap 15, so 3 laps, let's say, to go. Has the Gaz breathing down his rear dairy air, blowing into his anus. Norfolk and Talent then leads the way, but Matteo has pretty much closed that gap down. And Matteo looking to insert himself into Norfolk and Talent's triple win scenario. Could be interesting. The story is not over yet. And Nifty then in 3rd. And if Nifty can grab that 3rd place, he's going to count that as a win. He said he didn't feel the car around here. Greavesy saying, I think my handbrake was stuck on. And Daldry saying, hi Thingy, really enjoy your commentary. Oh, thanks, man. It's ridiculous, it's daft, and I get it all wrong, but hey, if that's what you like. I think it's awful. I really do, honestly. I don't say that as like, oh, you know, I'm so humble. I don't think I'm very good at it at all. I just did it for a laugh once, and the group I was with was saying, oh yeah, do it again. And then I just do it because, I don't know, I make myself laugh half the time. But I appreciate that you guys don't mind it. I can't even bring myself to say you guys like it. Norfolk and Talent then is leading the way, but Matteo is in and about. Matteo is going to stare Norfolk's soup, and what is he going to stare it with? That's what we ask. As Matteo then, championship leader, doesn't want to go away from Watkins Glen without a win, and he certainly doesn't want one of his closest rivals getting all 3 wins here. So Matteo on the penultimate lap as we come around the final corner to start the final lap. Looks to be he's only got this lap to go, ladies and gentlemen, if he wants to stop Norfolk's triple win here at Watkins Glen. Nifty in 3rd, looks pretty safe. Mikey as well, with the Gaz chasing him down, but can Mikey, he's only got 1 more lap to stay there in 4th, and that would be an absolutely fantastic result for our boy Mikey. as he goes on to the final lap, a 15.7. Gaz doing a 14.7, 1 second faster, and Gaz really does fancy that 4th place. Maybe he overheard me say he looked good in the first round, and the last 2 rounds have been quite lackluster, but at the moment he is absolutely raising hell in 5th place and making Mikey's hairs on the back of his neck stand very much to attention. 40 in 6th place with Chili D in trouble from G-Man. G-Man getting back into the race. It looked like he was done. Looked like he was dusted. He did a 1:22 on lap 9, but he has slowly come back into the race. Fiberman has dropped back. Is it this lap? He lost a lot of time. He was sitting in 6th for a while there, ahead of Chili D. Oh, no. That's not fair. I usually catch shit when they go across the line. So Norfolk and Talent then, yeah, it looks like Matteo just couldn't find that certain something, that certain sage of spice to find his way past Norfolk and Talent. Norfolk and Talent grabs all 3 wins. Great stuff from Norfolk and Talent. Matteo in 2nd. Nifty rounds out the podium. And when you're having a bad event, 3rd place is not too shabby, is it? Mikey was caught by the Gaz. The Gaz is looking for 4th place, and the Gaz does it. Unbelievable. Oh, unfortunate for Mikey in 5th. 40 in 6th. Chili D grabs 7th ahead of G-Man in 8th. Fiberman in 9th. I don't know what happened to him. Kevlar in 10th. And then the Dry, who seem to have some issues, controller issues, I'm guessing, or wheel issues, comes across in 11th. And Greasy thinks that the handbrake might have been stuck on his car. Comes home in 12th. Greavesy, you'd still beat me, bruv. So don't sweat it. Do not even give it a single bead of sweat. Because me and you 1v1, you're whipping my AWS. So Greavesy comes home in 12th place. Great drive. And Norfolk and Talent does the triple, ladies and gentlemen. You could not hold a candle to him here at Watkins Glen. Proved who is the king of the Glen. Matteo in 2nd. Not bad points haulage for our championship leader. Without a win in this round, he still walks away with a handful of points. Nifty, not his best one, he says, but still gets a podium at the end. Gaz in 4th. What a drive from Gaz, and destroyed Mikey. Just destroyed a man. Bless him. Mikey was flying high. I was on board with it. And Gaz just came along and ruined it for him at the end. Mikey in 5th. Not bad, but I imagine he wanted 4th. 40 in 6th. With Chili D in 7th. G-Man in 8th. Fiberman in 9th. Kevlar in 10th. Daldry in 11th, and Greasy in 12th. And I could tell you they could all write a series of books like Harry Potter, the length of Harry Potter, with what happened to them in them races. This is just a brief outlook of what go on. My word, I could do a stream for each driver. In that, there was so much action. In the chat then, Nifty saying, you got the voice for it, Mucker. We love you for it. Bless you. Thank you. Daldry saying my pedals came off my rig as I was braking. There you go. That's that one. Real Big Trouble saying, once again, loved the commentary. Cheers, Thingy. And he's corrected himself. Loved. And Vodka Rob saying, great entertainment as always. Cheers, Thingy. My pleasure. Thank you guys for coming and joining us. Norfolk's comments aren't showing on your chat. What a shame. It means he can't defend himself. I haven't blocked anyone, I promise you. I don't know why they're not. I don't know. I honestly don't know why they wouldn't show up. I've never done anything.
Thank you, Thingy.
That is weird.
Hey, man, as always.
Thank you, Thingy. You do the man as always, Nifty says. Oh, bless him. Wonderful. Yeah, sorry, Norfolk. I've never stopped anything saying no comments. If I had, it was an accident. I promise. That is weird, isn't it? Okay, well, that's a mystery. We'll work out. somehow. Well done to Norfolk and Talent. Great drive, my friend. Great drive. You are the king of the Glen, like I said. And well done for everyone who's taken part. A huge thank you to the Gentleman's Road Racing Club for all their organising of these races. Matteo did extensive testing to get these cars finally balanced. Nifty saying because he's a naughty boy. Finally balanced, and they have produced some beautiful touring car style racing. So a huge thank you to the Gentleman's Road Racing Club for all their efforts. A huge thank you to the pilots that turn up week in, week out and take part and give us some fabulous, darling racing. And God, that's got to be the final, hasn't it, this week? And then it's out of our lives. Strictly, I mean, because I said fabulous. I think it's the end. I think this is the final one, gents. We don't have to sit through that anymore. Good luck to everyone in the final of the Strictly's. I want the YouTuber to win. I like him.
Waving hand.
And my wife does as well. And yeah, cheers everyone. Tooroo. Peace and love. Peace and love. Yeah.